Perfect.
Hello.
So, welcome to the Energy Star Talk. Haley Steinfeld, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Is this actually, have you been to Germany before or
I
Berlin?
have, yes. I came to Berlin actually for the first time when I was 14 for the Berlin Film Festival.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's what's just around the corner.
Yeah, of course, right.
And then how is your German?
It's not very good. It needs some work.
And how is it for you to travel with your work? Is it already something, I mean, you've done film stuff and music stuff and you travel a lot around the world. Is it already something that's, just a common thing for you or just you?
Well, it's crazy that it's part of the job and part of work because I do love to travel so much and I've always wanted to travel and the fact that I get to do it while doing what I love is amazing. So it still feels very much like, a privilege to be able to travel the world and come to these amazing cities and meet these wonderful people and everything. So I do love it, yeah.
And did you already do some tourist stuff here today?
Not yet. Unfortunately, I'm not here for very long. So I know. I need to come back and be a tourist.
And when you travel, is there a ritual? Because when I travel, I always go to grocery stores to see what's in store.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, I try and go anywhere and everywhere I can. Grocery stores is a big thing for me, obviously. If I'm staying in a hotel for a minute, I've got to have something that I can snag on whenever. So yeah, grocery stores are great. But yeah, I don't have any thing that I do specifically everywhere I go.
And you're the first time here in our studio, so I've got a little question for you, so we get to know you a bit better. Very easy questions, a bit random sometimes.
Okay.
So I would start with your full name, please.
Haley Steinfeld.
No middle name?
Mm-mm.
Me neither.
Nice.
So
nice.
we've got that in common. Your place of birth?
Tarzana, California.
Are you a typical Californian girl?
It depends on what that might be for some people, but I guess so, considering I'm born and raised there.
And the first record you bought?
First record I bought. I don't know that I remember the first record I bought, but I do remember my mom has always had CDs in our house. She has a table that has drawers all around it just filled with CDs. And there were two that I was just obsessed with and would always try and take up to my room and keep them myself. And one was a Mariah Carey Christmas album, and there was a Britney Spears album. I don't remember which one it was, but it didn't matter because it was every one that I was obsessed with.
And the first concert you've been to?
The first concert I went to was actually Kenny Loggins. I was 10 or 11, I think. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, very.
And how would your friends describe you in 3 words?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Actually, I need to ask them. I hope that they would describe me as loyal. I hope they think I'm funny because I try to be. I think. And passionate. Yeah.
The last text message you sent?
Was actually to my dad. And I told him what I was having for lunch. Yeah.
And what did you have?
I just had some chicken and rice, and then I had some fruit. Yeah.
Nice one. Nice one. Your hobbies and talents apart from music and acting?
I love writing. Anything, just keeping a journal and writing my thoughts. I love reading, and I wish I had more time to do it. Any outdoor activity, I also love. But yeah, I don't know. Acting and singing are my main hobbies, I guess.
And coming from the hobbies and talents to the bad habits, do you have any?
Bad habits. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm on my phone a lot, which I find is kind of a bad habit. But I feel like recently it's been more for, appropriate reasons. I'm not just on it to be on it. I've kind of, I like to think I've tried to sort of,
Working.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm doing.
And coming to music now, when did you actually start making music in the first place?
Well, I started making music around the same time I started acting, but the acting just happened first, that the music became more of a side project over the years. So until I did Pitch Perfect 2, I was doing it as a side project. But since then, that was sort of the perfect segue as an actor to bridge into making music.
And who are your musical idols? You said you listened to Britney Spears
Yeah.
when you were young and Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up listening to, I mean, the widest variety of music or artist genres. Anyone and everyone from Boys to Men to Britney, Mariah, the Eagles, and classic rock was my dad's thing. So bunch of classic rock, and now I listen to those same artists: Ed Sheeran, Rihanna, The Weeknd. Who else? I mean, there's so many.
And Most Girls is your current single here in Germany. Tell us a bit about that song and what it means to you personally.
So Most Girls, is my latest single, which is crazy. This song sort of took a couple months to really come together, so I'm very excited and relieved and happy that it's finally out. But this song, for me, it's really a message of knowing that it's okay to want to change the body that you came in. I feel like a lot of times as young women, we're sort of taught or told to love yourself the way you are and the way you came, and the self-love and self-reassurance and confidence is so important, as I've talked about and sang about in the past. I think that it's important to know that, it's okay to want to change something about yourself. If there's something, that I like to encourage people and myself to do whatever it is that makes you happy.
And what kind of girl are you?
In terms of just...
I don't know. I mean, you describe different types of girl in the song.
Well, the best part about this song, along with what I'm saying, it also sort of allows you to feel like you can be anyone and anything you want at any given time. And I have days where I wake up and I'm like, I am not changing out of my pajamas and I'm going to go out in public like this. And then I have days where I'm like, I'm going to get dressed up, I'm going to put some makeup on, and I'm going to go out. And in the video, I was really able to sort of portray that and represent sort of the women that I talk about in this song. And I feel like I'm a little bit of all of them. So, yeah.
And you wrote the song together with Ryan Tedder, and of course, I assume he's super busy. And how does that work? I mean, does one approach Ryan Tedder? Do you call him like, I want to write a song with you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's funny how it happened. So Ryan and I met backstage at a talk show in New York City, and it was sort of, this brief conversation, and the first sort of like couple minutes of it was spent over me fangirling about the fact that like Ryan Tedder was standing right in front of me, and he was so great and so awesome. And on his way out, he just said, if you ever have any questions about anything or ever, need anything, let me know. And so I was like, yeah, great, awesome. And at one point I kind of was like, no way is that ever gonna happen. Like, that seems so far-fetched. It's so crazy. And I had Most Girls. I had a version of Most Girls that I was working with, and I sent it to him, and I just said, if you love this song, I could really use your help on it. And he wrote me back and said, I love it. Give me a couple days. I'll see what I can do. And he turned it into what you hear. So, yeah. Thanks, Ryan.
This sounds perfect now.
Thank you.
And for your hit Starving, you also worked together with Zedd. How did that happen?
So Zedd, actually, I've been a fan of his for, a very long time, and I've wanted to collaborate with him forever, and he reached out to me. We'd actually been going back and forth, and we'd sort of talked about collaborating before, and it was really always a matter of like, when are we ever going to be in the same place at the same time? And we happened to be in LA, and he sent me a message saying he had this song that he needed me to hear, that it was so great, and he was super excited about it. And that same day that he sent me that message, I went and heard the song and fell in love with it instantly. He introduced me to Gray, who also worked on the record, and within a week we had it done and completed. So yeah, he's awesome.
And are you already working on new songs or maybe an album coming soon?
Yes, of course. So I've been back in the studio with Ryan since we made Most Girls, and I've seen Zedd, and I've said, you know what, man, like we need to get back in the studio together. I love him and would love to work with him again. So new music is in the works and on its way.
And you're also super busy with acting. I read that you're in Transformers in the next one.
Yes.
And do you already know what you're going to play, or can you already give something away? Or is it...
Unfortunately, I can't give too much, but it's going to be great. I'm super excited about this movie. I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see the one that's coming out very soon. The last Transformers. So very excited about it. I think people are really gonna love it, and I can't wait for people to meet my character.
And Pitch Perfect 3 is also coming up.
Yes, that comes out at the end of the year. We finished shooting that recently, and it was so much fun. I mean, it's crazy to like call singing and dancing for 3 months work, because never really does it feel like that. So yeah, I'm excited for that too.
And being so busy with acting and music at the same time, when do you relax and what do you do for relaxing?
I honestly, I've really learned to appreciate not having anything to do. And sometimes just like being home with my family doing nothing is the best time off, or just being on my own in my room, either watching a movie or listening to music. Or of course being with my friends or going down to the beach. Anytime I can just sort of lay low and relax is the best downtime.
And are there any plans for a tour?
Not as of yet, but it's being talked about, and I'm very excited because it's one of my favorite things to do. And you know, it's so funny. We've all heard artists talk about how performing live is the most insane thing, and how it's really hard to describe. And since I've learned what that's like, it is. And I can't wait to do more of it and travel the world with the new music and meet my fans everywhere. And again, play the music.
So hopefully seeing you soon. And thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.